Welcome to Alexis Drinks, where we talk to your favorite alcohol producers about their favorite alcohol. We're down at Bellview Winery here in Landisville, New Jersey, to talk to Scott Quarella about what he's making and what he's drinking. Let's get to it. Hi, and welcome back to Alexis Drinks. Today we are in gorgeous Landisville at Bellview Winery. We're here to talk to Scott Quarella about his family's winery and what they're drinking, what they're making, and I'm really excited to get started. So Scott, what do we have here today?
So today I got something out of the cellar for us that actually I don't drink very often. I got out the good stuff for you. So this is a bottle of Chardonnay.
Okay.
And it is from California in Sonoma. It's actually a place that I worked at one point.
Really?
And yeah, I mean, it's very cool Chardonnay. I haven't had it in quite a while.
Oh, yay,
so
yay.
I'm excited to try it again with you.
Let's get into it. I will not even attempt to open it.
No? No, you're not a wine bottle opener?
I can, but we have this one that's like mechanical now.
Yeah.
It really takes all the guesswork out of it, which is very nice because just goes in and goes out.
Hit the button and
go.
Right?
Absolutely. So you worked here in California.
Yeah.
How long has this winery been here and been in your family? Like, how long have you been operating?
So Bellview, Bellview Farms has been here since 1914 on this property.
Oh, wow.
Bellview Winery started in 2000.
Okay.
Kind of as like a natural evolution for you.
And was that before or after you went to California?
That was before. So
Ooh,
my mom and dad started the winery in 2000. I was just a little kid at the point.
Baby.
Kind of grew up working here, doing all sorts of stuff. Here,
Right.
let's
Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, that's delightful.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't
So because I don't know what I'm tasting. What am I tasting?
Well, I mean, I get a lot of kind of straw, vanilla, little buttery oakiness to it,
It is so
Got a lot
very
going
smooth. And this is why I love doing this show, and this is why I love going to places and making people. I go to a winery, brewery, whatever, and I'm like, just pour me something.
Yeah.
Because I almost never pick white wine.
Well, that's the best way to do it, is to show up somewhere and, somebody who's very close to it, just, what do you like? I mean, I'm not picky, so that works for me. You know what I mean? Some people have a little bit more of a picky palate, you know what I mean?
Well, I used to.
Yeah.
But I stopped because I started drinking what people put in front of me.
And that's, you explore more, you learn more, you can find different stuff that you wouldn't have found.
Yeah, so you're growing up on this farm.
Yeah.
Your parents transform it into a winery.
Right.
And working here inspires you to go to California.
Yes.
And work at this winery, which again is called
Hansel
in Sonoma Valley.
Yeah, and I was just there for a summer.
Okay.
I was like a harvest intern. You know what I mean? So I was doing a lot of cleaning tanks and just like the
grunt work.
Yeah, the grunt work. That's a good way to say it.
the thing that's not exciting but needs to get done.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And people forget. People are like, ooh, I come and I drink and I'm sitting in the vines, which, by the way, we're going to see it a little bit. And, this is amazing. But it's also, dirty and smelly and sweaty.
Yeah. There is an unglorious side to it as
There's,
well.
a lot of grind and cleaning.
Right. But just while I was there, I got to learn so much. This operation is one that has, a big, rich owner, investor sort of thing. So, they had all the toys, all the bells and whistles in the winery. And, growing up working here, we very much, were growing still and making do. And, we had bills to pay. So it wasn't like we could get everything on the wish list. Where there, I kind of saw, an ideal sort of situation where...
With nothing but FU money, as they say.
Basically.
This is what it could look like. Yeah.
But, it was very meticulous. Every little part along the way was measured and it was very cool.
Yeah.
So, I use a lot from that time at this winery.
Yeah. That's awesome. And this is, again, like I said, so Chardonnay, how was this made? I've seen Chardonnay aged in oak, and I've seen it aged in steel with oak
you could do it either way. You know what I
chips.
mean? It's like, it's kind of a stylistic choice of the winemaker. Chardonnay could be made as a stainless Chardonnay where it never touches oak.
Okay.
It could be made in an oaked version. It could be made kind of in between somewhere, too.
Okay.
Because you have people that like that oaky, woody flavor. And then you have people that just prefer it to be stainless. And when it's made in a stainless way and you don't have that oak flavor, you get a lot more of like an appley sort of crisp acidity.
Okay.
Whereas when you do it in oak, generally you also do a secondary fermentation, a malolactic fermentation, and that gives it this buttery,
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to guess this is oak because of how smooth it is, and
Yeah.
like it doesn't have that crisp tart.
Yeah, almost
It
all the
has-
time if it's oak, they do malolactic, but
Yeah.
not always. So, yeah, I mean, they actually do make a stainless as well. We're drinking the oaked one. But they then also, they make Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. They have the two varieties that they make.
Oh, okay, so they really like narrowed it down. Like, this is our focus.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, they make the Chardonnay both ways because, you have customers that like each different
Sure,
thing.
if you're making two things, but you have varieties that you can play with, why not, right?
Right.
Nice, excellent. Well, cool. And see, I finished mine first again because I'm also. This is amazing, and we're gonna have more. A little bit, yeah.
I'm glad.
But we also have some local stuff.
Yes.
To drink,
Yes.
and we're going back to our roots a little bit because it's not wine.
Yeah.
What do we got? What else do we have here?
I love beer. When we say that, I brought some Mosaic Man.
Love it.
Because this is one of my favorites
Thank you.
to drink. Glasstown is like 20 minutes down the road, and I was really one of the first local breweries that we started going to, and just loved it. You know what I mean? So.
And I feel like Mosaic Man is one of those ones that people just adore.
Yeah.
Not just for the really fun label, which is covered in, characters you will recognize.
Definitely played a lot of Mega Man as a kid too, so it's like it's just.
Yeah, but also it's a great one, right? I'm not going to make the mistake I did last time. There we go.
I don't think it's a hazy. I think it's just a regular.
Yes, glorious.
But yeah,
Gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be hedonistic and drink it right from the can.
Gonna double fist here.
Well, yes. That was always gonna happen. That was never an option. So cheers for this, glorious. Oh, see, that's nice.
It's kind of humid right now. Just a cold, fresh beer.
Yes, yeah.
It's perfect.
I don't often think of IPAs as like refreshing.
Yeah.
But like this is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because it's like 100 degrees and humid.
Maybe.
Maybe it's because I'm enjoying this nice, lovely, buttery Chardonnay as well.
Right.
But no, this is delightful, and I know that they have. This one comes with. No, this is not where the hops are. There's always a thing where the hops are, but I lied, guys. I have no idea about the hops.
Anyway.
But it's good. Again, I would call this a great IPA for folks who don't drink IPA.
Right, because it's not overly bitter. It's not like a double or something like that, or like 90 Minute from Dogfish. Like,
it's
something that's ridiculous like that. And that's, I really enjoy a more balanced profile in a wine or a beer or anything. I'm not going for something that's like super acidic. I don't really even like doubles or triples because the alcohol kind of kills a lot of the flavor for me. I don't know. That's just my personal taste,
okay.
So I like something more middle of the road, 6-7% alcohol, maybe
6.5 by volume. We've got it some nice, it's not a session, but it's not going to get you wasted.
And it's got a lot of flavor.
Unless you double fist it. It does. It does, and I like that. Again, like you said, it's balanced. You've got the spirit of the IPA. You've got that hops taste, but it's not punching you in the face with it, which I really like.
Yeah. But I know what my family owns a winery and everything, but when I get home, I just like drinking a beer. I don't know. They say it takes a lot of good beer to make great wine. So.
Okay, yeah, I like that. That's actually a great sentiment to end this segment on. It takes a lot of great beer to make great wine, and we're really excited to get to drinking Bellview's wine.
Yeah.
Next segment. Thank you so much. Going back to the Chardonnay, which people will be like, what? Stay tuned.
You is the app to send and receive drinks. Buying a drink with You is easy. First, select a recipient, choose the location, and then pick a drink from their menu and send it out. It's easy to stay connected with the people you care about with You. Whether it's a birthday or promotion, or just because, sending a drink with You is great for any occasion. When someone buys you a drink, you'll receive a notification with the details, and the drink will be stored in the app until you redeem it. When you're ready to redeem a drink, follow the prompts and show the bartender the confirmation screen. Once your drink is received, close it out on the app and say thanks. Then, cheers! You just received your first drink on You. Available for download on the App Store and Google Play Store.
And we're back in what I think might be the most picturesque Alexis drink setting so far. We've got some vines behind us. We're here still at Bellview Wine. Thank you so much, Scott, for having us. And
Happy to have you.
Really excited to be drinking your wines.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna let's just get to it.
Cool.
What are we
All right.
drinking?
So I have a little selection here that I picked out for us to drink today.
So
5
excited.
different wines. I figured a little white, a little rosé, red, and a sparkling on the end.
Beautiful.
So we're gonna start with the white wine that I picked, which is called Treminette. Treminette is actually something that you only find in New Jersey, PA, New York. It's an East Coast wine.
Oh, yay!
Yeah.
I do love that local stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And that was one of the reasons I figured I'd show it off, is because, you know, it's something that you really won't get usually.
Right.
But Treminette has this wonderful, like, lemon lime sort of acidity to it. It's very it's just a slight amount of sugar in there. But the varietal is really, I think, citrusy.
Okay.
And I'd love to have this with, like, any sort of, like, Asian cuisine, like sushi.
Oh, okay.
Amazing
All right.
with
So
this, or like
just
spicy
DoorDash
Thai
me some sushi.
something,
Oh, okay.
you know what I mean?
You are talking my language. Yes.
Food and wine.
Food and wine. Yeah. We're gonna do an Alexis Eats, I think, maybe. You know.
Cheers.
Cheers. See, this is why everyone should tell me, like, what it's supposed to taste like before I taste it. Because, no, I do. I taste that, like, you know, that, like, citrusy acidity. It's, you know, but it's not biting. It's very inviting. It's perfect for a nice summer day. I could totally see eating this with, drinking this. While eating sushi. Eat this wine. Listen, I could, man. We could, like, freeze it up. Does wine freeze?
Yeah, I mean, you could. I don't recommend.
Scott's like, don't do it.
Probably not a good thing.
I love horrifying my guests. It's literally my favorite thing. It's an accidental thing most of the time, but I do it frequently.
But I'm glad you like it.
Oh, yeah,
this is one of my favorites.
This is delightful.
Some vintages, this grape actually makes a sort of like a hoppy, like piney sort of flavor sometimes. It's different. You know, different grape varieties are similar but very different. Like you have apples, right? This is the analogy I usually use. Like Granny Smith, you have Red Delicious, and you know how different those are, but they're apples.
Right.
And so grapes, it's the same thing between Treminette and Blaufränkisch and Petit Verdot.
We have a Blaufränkisch. See,
Blaufränkisch on the table.
I'm so excited.
But, you know, each of those different grapes has its own characteristic varietal flavor.
Personality. It's like, zhuzh.
Yeah.
What it's going to do to your tongue.
But Treminette is one of those that I think is great for our state. New Jersey has yet to really have a grape variety that's like, this is New Jersey's grape variety. Like, this is what we do the best. And this is the reason that tourists come here to taste in our wine region. You know, we have a lot going on, and we're still kind of narrowing it down. I mean, there's a lot of good different varietals out there. Things that, you know, are very common, like Chardonnay or Merlot or Cabernet. We do well here. But then there's other things like Blaufränkisch, one of those grape varieties that is, you know, not really done in the USA very much. I mean, it's in Austria where it comes from. It's one of the most popular.
Well, like, I feel like other wine regions have a couple centuries on us.
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
A couple. They got a few monks and abbeys in the 1500s.
And again, and I love the, like,
you know?
just a little bit. I love the, like, overlap, right? You know, I'm thinking, oh gosh, we're getting into wine and it's fully different than beer. But it's like, nope, turns out there's like so much overlap. Yep. Monks in monasteries making alcohol, like, we can totally relate to that. Love it. But no, that was Delightful.
Ready for number 2?
Yes, always.
All right, so this is a rosé.
Okay.
It's a dry rosé, no sugar. And one of the reasons that I got this out is because it's summertime, it's hot. You know,
Yes.
rosé is perfect for this sort of
We do
weather.
a
You know,
swirling thing. That's
okay.
love
so
that.
so generally, we'll do the 5 S's, which is like a very starter thing for wine.
Love it.
Right, but you definitely are swirling the wine. That's one of the 5 S's. It's to incorporate some oxygen into
all right.
the wine. Like, have you ever heard of decanting?
Yes, I have a fun decanter.
Yeah, so you decant a wine so that it sits there with oxygen, and it kind of incorporates the oxygen into the wine, and that kind of, we'll say, unlocks some aromas, some flavors that otherwise you might not taste, or that might not be as intense otherwise. So that's why you would decant a wine, or why you swirl it in your glass.
So the
for the
swirl.
same purpose.
Okay, excellent. I'm getting my swirl down.
Yeah. Yep. But the first one's sight,
Sight. Okay.
Gotta
Oh
look,
yes. All right.
gotta
Sight.
look,
Sight.
right,
Yeah.
and then
Swirl. Okay. Swirl.
And then we're smelling.
Now I'm used to smelling.
No, don't drink it yet. And then we sip. That's the 4th one.
Well, then what's the 5th one? That's delightful.
Savor.
Oh!
That's the last one.
I love that. That's amazing.
Savor. Because one thing that a lot of people don't pay attention to is, what is the flavor in my mouth after I've swallowed it? You know what I mean? And how long does that last? Because if you have a deep, heavy red wine, that flavor, they call it the finish. The finish is very long.
Okay.
It lasts a long time.
I'm tasting like this on my tongue, on the back of my throat.
That is very important for pairing food.
Okay.
Because you're going to take a bite of food now, and this is the flavor that you're starting with, and so it should combine in, you know what I mean, in a good way.
Love it. I love all this talk of food. I think.
Well, food and wine are some, you should have a bottle of wine on your dinner table,
right?
Because
on
it just
all your
enhances
dinner tables.
Everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh no, this is delightful.
That's very the European way. Right?
Hey, listen, you know what? When I see it, so prosciutto wrapped melon, which is definitely what I want now. It's what I'm seeing on the back of this bottle here.
But
so.
one cool thing about this rosé, it's 100% Blaufränkisch.
Oh, so.
And then next, we're gonna try the same grape made in a red style. Yeah.
Ooh, so to make a rosé as opposed to a red,
right.
how does that happen?
So
we're using the same grape, and these look very different.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, these 2 bottles of wine are completely different colors, but they're made from the same grape. Now, they are from different vintages. So this is made from grapes that were harvested in 2016.
Oh yes, I see. Oh, I'm sorry. That was just such a nice flavor on my.
And the one we're drinking right now, this rosé, was made from grapes grown in 2020.
So they're much younger.
Yeah, they're much younger, but that isn't really we could have made a red in 2020.
Okay.
Anyway, what you do is when you get the grapes in, you separate the skins from the juice.
Okay.
Immediately from it coming in from the field, because a lot of the color, all the color from red wines comes from the skin contact with the juice. So when we make a red, we get the grapes in, we crush them up, and we leave the skins and the seeds and the juice all together. And over time, the juice and the alcohol that's forming as fermentation proceeds is extracting color from the skins.
Okay, all right.
So if you remove the skins, then you're going to end up with a
much lighter
right,
because
wine.
That's right. We're not tattooing the.
right, and that's one method of making a rosé. There's different ways of doing it. You know
See, we're gonna have a whole we're gonna have just an Alexis makes alcohol maybe sometime. Cool. That would be so much.
I'd watch
cool.
it.
Right? You're gonna have to be in it at some point. We're gonna make a Blaufränkisch, and and I confession time. I've discovered Blaufränkisch. I think here probably.
Really?
And I love it. So I'm very excited to try it officially because I'm pretty sure it's here where I've been like, what is that word? I want that.
Yeah.
Because
it's a mouthful.
Yes.
It's I don't know how many letters. 12 or 14.
Yeah, lots. And it's got the umlauts on the A. Listen, when you've got an umlaut, you're set for life. So I'm just gonna
well,
let you
speaking
pour
of, are you ready?
let's
You ready for Blau Frankish umlaut?
Yes. Oh, see, and I am. I'm a red wine drinker. Because I love red wine, and because my decanter is kind of shaped like. Do you remember Alice in Wonderland, the Disney version?
Sorta.
So there's like, listen, it's been a minute, I know, but there's this version, there's this moment where there's like these weird little birds that look like eggplants with horns on them.
Yeah.
And my decanter kind of is shaped that way, and so I do red wine because I'm like, oh, because it's eggplant. I'm like, oh yeah, we've got the little birds from Alice in Wonderland. Fun facts about Alexis.
Yeah.
She's a weirdo.
That's what makes you great.
Yeah. Thank you. So I didn't do the site at all, but so there's legs involved too, like.
So yeah, legs is a thing.
Is a thing.
You swirl,
and
the wine drips down. That is called legs. Or each one of these drips would be, a leg. Anyway, if the drips take longer to go down, they say it has long legs.
Oh, okay.
And that's really just a function of viscosity. You know what I mean? If the wine is thick and the more syrupy than it is water, right? More viscous, then it'll take longer for that. But that is kind of indicative of flavor. So that's one thing that you would maybe look at.
I skipped ahead.
You smell it, though?
I did smell. I did. I just got real excited about drinking it, though. No, yes, okay. No, I do love this. So, again, what am I?
Blau Frankish.
Yeah. No, I know it's a Blau Frankish, but like what?
Oh, all right.
What flavors are on my tongue?
So,
what am I savoring?
I'm getting like a little smokiness kind of thing, right? Like I want to, not necessarily a cigar, but kind of ashy sort of thing, right? Which actually is kind of a nice flavor, I wouldn't think, but
I do, I love to, myself, because I'm again irreverent. I love to like read some, wine descriptions, and it's like, oh, leather and dirt and shoe polish.
Doesn't sound
great. You're like, this doesn't sound good at all. And then you're drinking, you're like, I mean, I get what they're saying, but also this is delicious.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? But definitely fruity.
Things. Yeah,
fruity too. Ashy, fruity. So some spice to it. Rosemary? What do you think? What do you smell? Alexis?
Well, you know what? I was told recently that whatever you smell and taste is right.
And they weren't wrong.
I love that.
Especially if you're buying it. So.
Right. Well, I do it's got like a little bit of a tartness, but like not like a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. See, look at me.
Yep.
And I don't know. It's just like delightful. It's like I want to say a ribbon, or like a ribbon. Like a silky ribbon.
It is definitely smooth, but you're tasting like the tannins where it's like drying your tongue out a little bit. Feels a little rough on your tongue.
Yes.
Those are tannins. Yep.
Okay. All right. Look at that.
Yep. And tannins are something that's naturally occurring in the grapes, just as these little babies are growing right here. They're forming tannic acid, which as we take it into the winery and do our thing. Tannins are one of the... Yeah, right.
My whole tongue is like,
really
you need more.
The next red that we have is even more tannic, so you can pay attention to that. But
I think we have time exactly for one more.
Let's do it.
And we're doing it because we're standing in front of it, is what you're sitting in front of it.
This next is called Petit Verdot, and we have Petit Verdot vines right behind us.
Hey guys,
so
Petit Verdot.
They're
petite, though. They look real tiny.
Yeah.
So, like, when will these be ready to harvest? Because it does not look like they're ready right now.
Mid to late October.
So we've got some time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. We're end of June right now.
Yeah, we've got some couple months. Couple months are going to get bigger, plumper, redder.
Yep.
Right?
So
because this is a red.
They're going to continue increasing in size.
Okay.
Here, let me pour.
Yes.
And as they increase in size.
Oh, that's dark.
Yeah, isn't it? It's inky.
It is inky.
But
you would think not a good thing, but so as they increase in size.
Yeah, they'll keep going, right? And then probably in August with this variety, they will start to change color. So they go from this green and they start reddening and getting more red until they're
like I feel like they've got a
But all grapes start out with this green, hard, kind of unripe sort of color and shape. And then the white will turn a little bit more yellow.
Okay.
The red get deep red.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this has got to get like real deep. And this is, again, when you said inky, that was like a perfect, and I still want to drink it.
It smells inky too.
It does. It does have, again, you know, like a bookbinder kind of situation. Like I want to like pen a dark novel, maybe in the style of Edgar Allan Poe.
So you just out here dipping your quill.
Right. in the Petit Verdot. Alexis writes.
So this is like a hearty red.
Oh,
like,
yes.
This is something that I would have with a steak and potato. You know
and like, you know, like I would still have the cigar, but like now we're by a fire. We're like, you know, cuddling up for a cold summer winter night. It's so warm that I'm just like, it's hot. But like, no, I'm ready. I'm ready for like the first snowfall with this this wine.
This would be something. It's cold out. And cuddle up with this. It'll warm you up.
Yeah, no, I love it. So we're not going to get to the pet knot on camera. Your girl's still going to drink it. But I appreciate all your time. I appreciate the Petit Verdot and the Blaufränkisch and everything. Thank you so much. This has been amazing. Guys, get to Bellview, down here in Landisville. Make the drive. Thank you so much.
Thank
Have
you.
a great one.